What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing, and I'm back with another rant. Y'all have just been saying some of the craziest things. Now I got to put y'all on blast. So before I get into that, I'm gonna take you back in time. So I'm gonna Marty McFly this, take y'all back to the future, take y'all back in time real quick, just before I start this video, so you know everything that I'm saying I really feel, and I'm pure. I'm very consistent with my arguments, unlike a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys just dick ride and jump from ship to ship. You know what I mean? Whoever's doing good, you be like a big Juanma Lopez supporter, and then all of a sudden he starts getting knocked out by Garcia's, and then also last week, and all of a sudden he's dead to you, and you go on to the next one. I don't do that. I stand firm in what I believe, and it's funny how haters are quick to broadcast your failures, but I've been more right than I've been wrong on my channel in general, just predictions and stuff. But let me get one prediction wrong, and it's the opposite of what I said. And I have motherfuckers like the fight just ended. They're doing the post-fight interviews, and they're like, "Oh, you was wrong again, Ego." Like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, I never I feel like I view the fights in a fair fashion. So when my predictions are wrong, I really don't give a shit because Canelo Laura, I said I have Laura winning by a split decision or a majority decision. And look at the fight. It was very controversial, and a lot of people think Laura won. A lot of people think Canelo won. So in my prediction, I mean, I don't lose anything. I don't lose any credibility or anything because it went pretty close to what I said, even though Laura's hand wasn't raised at the end. Anyway, without getting too off topic, check this video that I did, what does it say, a year ago. Let's just click on it.
Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. Now, I'm not a bandwagon fan. I don't just hop on the bandwagon like, oh, he has punching power. It's the end of the world, because you might end up in a situation like Lucien Bute, where everyone's like raving about this guy and saying he's ready for Andre Ward. And before Andre Ward fight can be made, he ends up getting knocked out by Carl Froch, somebody Andre Ward beat. So I really try to do the research. This guy has an extensive amateur background. He's fought people like Andre Durrell in the amateurs. And I honestly think this guy is more than just power. It looks like he's willing to put himself into the top middleweight category based on his work ethic. It looks like he's very dedicated. They said when he came into the gym, he was only about 8 pounds heavier than the weight in which he wanted to fight at. So it looks like he stays in shape. He can do a variety of weight divisions. I think he said he can go from 154 to 168. So that means you have a lot of control over your body, and you monitor your training, and you have to be dedicated. Gennady Golovkin, I think he's more than just the power. He attacks the body, and I think he's really trying to make a permanent home on HBO, become an HBO resident by having fight after fight, and really trying to get his name big in the U.S. He's from Kazakhstan, and I think this guy really does have talent beyond punching power. So aside from hitting like a freight train, anytime you have that, that's all automatically a threat. And depending on how he looks, like in tonight's fight and future fights, he might even be ready for a Sergio Martinez fight, and he might even be able to stop Sergio Martinez, to be honest, because Sergio Martinez is not the most defensive fighter. He's definitely slick, but at the same time, we've seen what Chavez Jr. did in one round, and Chavez Jr. is, I would say, slower and less ring IQ as Gennady Golovkin, and someone who's been in 400 amateur fights.
Alright, enough of that shit. Cut this shit. Now, I made that video January 19th, 2013. That was the day that was like the morning of the Gennady Golovkin Gabe Rosado fight, and I believe it also had Mikey Garcia and Orlando Salido. So I'm not a flash in the pan, first of all. I've been doing this for a minute. I've always watched boxing. I've never always had a channel. So I'm a fair critic. If you heard everything I just said, I like Gennady Golovkin. I truly do. Now, some of you guys still don't know where I'm going with this. Some of you may. The reason I'm bringing up this, I'm just showing you there's no bias. A lot of people, you call me racist, you call me biased, all kinds of stuff like that. Because what I'm saying is true and pure, all of a sudden I hate Gennady Golovkin. So I'm just proving the haters wrong yet again, like I do on my channel. And I have nothing against Triple G. Like I said, I was talking about Triple G when motherfuckers didn't even know who he was really. You know what I mean? This was January 19th, 2013. So quite some time ago. It was even before the Gay Rosado fight. Now, since then, several knockouts later, people are on his dick. It's cool. It happens. But just so you know, my shit's authentic. I've been talking about this dude. And a lot of the people I tell you to check for, y'all don't listen to me, and then they do something good like Terrence Crawford. I told y'all in 2013 about Terrence Crawford. He beats Gamboa. Now all of a sudden he's the best thing since the iPod. Now as far as Triple G, again, I like the guy, but he did a recent interview with FightHub TV, so shout out to them. I'll put the link in the description. And one of the reporters, one of the media, they said, so what about the rumors or what about the thought people that think you're ducking Andre Ward? And he responds. Gennady Golovkin was like, no, not Andre, not right now. No, it's no good for me. And he's shaking his head. Like, his body language is saying that he does not want a fight with Andre Ward, at least right now. And I told you this. And the funny thing in boxing is you get so many fickle fans. Like I said, some people say I'm biased. You say in the Canelo Laura, I just tell it like it is. I really see Laura win by a very tiny margin. And like I said, it could have been a draw. It could have went either way. But supposedly I'm biased and racist and all kinds of extra shit. And your arguments aren't even consistent, if you will. Canelo versus Laura. Now, some of you guys also say that, leave comments like, oh, you just hate Canelo, right? You say that I fancy Mayweather and I'm a Flomo, right? So if I was backing Canelo to win, like, shouldn't I be trying to back Canelo because that would give Mayweather credibility? So if I'm a Flomo and you think all I care about is Floyd Mayweather and I'm on his nuts or whatever the fuck, no homo, then I should be saying Canelo won, because in essence, if Canelo won and looked impressive doing that, then that is a testament to Mayweather, how good he is, because Laura struggled and gave up a lot of middle rounds and stuff like that and made this a competitive fight where people feel both ways about it. Then if Canelo wins, and if I thought Canelo won like handedly, then that would also give credit to Mayweather. But I didn't do that because, one, Mayweather's a good fighter, but he's not the end of the world for me. There's tons of fighters. You know what I mean? My favorite fighters of all time were Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and Roy Jones Jr. I like Mayweather. He's great as far as his ability, but it's not the end of the world. I'm a straight shooter. I give it to you real. So it's funny how some of the arguments aren't even consistent. Now, about Triple G, I told you guys in 2013, this was the first month of the year, January 19th, 2013, this dude is a problem. Way back when. But right is right, wrong is wrong. And I told y'all for a minute on my channel that he's ducking Andre Ward. And not ducking in terms of like he's just shaking in his boots and pure being afraid, like he's just trembling. But he doesn't want the fight. And that's apparent. And it's funny in boxing that some people, you're so shallow and narrow, or you don't follow the sport enough to the point where it actually gets flipped into the person who's actually ducking becomes the ducker. I've heard people or seen people leave comments and they're like, Andre Ward's ducking Triple G. Like, how the fuck is he ducking Triple G when Andre Ward has been on record saying, I'll fight Triple G, I'll fight Triple G. And then you watch this recent interview for Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, and Daniel Gill, and he's telling you he doesn't want the fight. So I've been telling you guys this. There's a video I actually did about this whole situation, Ward, who's ducking who, and all that. I don't even have to prove. I've already proved my point. So check my channel if you want to research for that. But I told you guys this. He doesn't want the fight. Abel Sanchez, him, whoever the fuck it is, they don't want the fight. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Triple G because he's still the best middleweight to me. I still think he's a problem for anyone at middleweight. So it is what it is. But going up to another division is a whole different ball game. So Triple G, I'm not dissing him. I'm just stating facts. And this is from him, not me. He said it. No. Andre is Andre. I'm me. Me is me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. Yeah, right, Max. Like, I like when he says that to Max Kellerman. No, I know, Max. No, yeah, right, Max. Like what? Um, but this is him. He's saying this. This is not ego saying, I don't believe. I'm telling you, and I'm supplying the link to where he's saying this. He doesn't want the fight with Andre Ward. I've been telling you that on my channel. I'll try to put the link of the video where I told y'all about that and just dead the shit. Some people said, oh, it's because you're from the Bay and Andre Ward's from the Bay. You're biased. No, I call it straight down the middle. If I think someone's going to get their ass whooped, they could be from the same city as me. They can have, you know what I mean, share my bloodline. I don't care. I give it to you real, and that's just what it is. Again, no disrespect to Triple G. They're not ready for Andre Ward. Just say that. And he did say that. So I appreciate him for his honesty. They don't want the Ward fight. I'm not even saying that some people are so, like, you get so offended and so sensitive that you hear one key word or phrase and you just, oh, I can't believe he said that. Triple G could give Andre Ward a hard time. Like, I'm not even talking about the fight at this point because it's not happening at the moment. I'm not even saying Triple G couldn't pose any problems for Andre Ward. I do have Ward beating Triple G, but it could be a good fight. It could go different. But if the fight's not even made, then it doesn't matter because we're not going to see it anyway. So at the moment, Abel Sanchez, Triple G don't want to fight Ward. I've been telling y'all that. Y'all didn't listen. Now here's the proof. Hear it from the man himself, Triple G. Again, I have nothing against him. I think he's gonna like run through Daniel Gill, and I understand what Gill brings to the table. He's a tough fighter. He showed you that in the Darren Barker fight. However, he's not good enough, in my opinion. He's herky jerky and awkward. Triple G is underrated in some departments, maybe overrated in a couple departments, but more underrated, in my opinion. He's underrated for his ring IQ. He's underrated for his body punching, and he's underrated for just his overall experience. People don't realize how valuable experience is. That's why you see guys like Floyd Mayweather, and they're still on top. They still have a lucrative career. You see guys like Juan Manuel Marquez fighting guys like Mike Alvarado, much younger than them, Timothy Bradley, much younger than them, and they could still hold their own. They're not getting knocked out and crazy shit like that. Bernard Hopkins, B-Hop. Experience, experience, experience. You've seen Lomachenko in his third pro fight against someone who had the potential to trouble him. Someone who's faster than him, arguably. Someone who has some pop. That was Gary Russell Jr. His third fight, he beat that undefeated fighter. Granted, he had just fought tomato cans, but still, he still beat him. And that was in his third fight because he is experienced. And he has a lot of amateur, like not just 150 fights, you know what I mean, an average 78, you know what I mean, an average amount of amateur fights. He has a shit ton, and he only lost one of those in the amateurs. He had like 397 amateur bouts, Lomachenko did. Same thing with Gennady Golovkin. He had like 400 Rigondeaux. These guys bring tons of experience. Now, the only contrast is sometimes the amateur experience, if you fight like an amateur and then you try to carry that over into the pro game, then it might not work for you because you can have all the amateur experience in the world. That's like acting, like it's like Will Smith acting on a TV show versus doing big blockbuster movies. They're different ball games, you know what I mean? On the TV show, it might be more chill. They might allow you to improvise more, hypothetically. And then you get onto a big movie set, Men in Black, Steven Spielberg's executive producer. They might not want you to ad lib. They might want you to. It just doesn't. It depends. You know what I mean? They might be stricter. They're two different arenas: TV versus blockbuster movies. You know what I mean? And that's what the amateurs is to the pro. It may seem similar, like, oh, it's a camera and actors. Yeah, they both have that, but it's not the same. So it just depends on what your style is. But experience is definitely valuable. Again, Triple G is still a beast. I still like Triple G. He's entertaining. He's fun to watch. Not many guys, I don't really see really anyone beating him at middleweight. They were saying Sergio Martinez, but it looked like Sergio started to deteriorate, and Miguel Cotto finished him off. Sergio said he's going to still keep fighting. Don't know why, but I mean, I don't see him beating guys like Triple G. Peter Quillen doesn't have the resume that would suggest, or the amateur experience, like I just said, to suggest that he'll beat Triple G. Chavez Jr. is out of the weight class, so I really don't see who's gonna beat him at middleweight. You got David Lemieux, you know what I mean, but he got knocked out before. I just don't see it. Let me know what you guys think. Is Triple G ducking Andre Ward? Make sure you like the video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.